It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Newell. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys the weekly interviews from your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. However, for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here. In fact, today's actually different. Today, I'm not here to give you a pop culture recap of one of your favorite TLC or Bravo shows, and I'm not introducing you to one of your favorite celebrities you already know and you just want to get to know more about. Nope. Today, I'm doing something totally different. Actually, you guys responded so well to my how to monetize in 30 days video that today I'm going to give you 3 tips, especially for you. That way, when you get started on YouTube, you're ready and you're just as prepared. But guys, before we jump into that, you know how this works. Make sure you like this video, share this video, comment on this video, and yeah, make sure you subscribe to my channel, wherever that button is below. That way you don't miss any of my pop culture interviews, my recaps, and whatever random content I'm bringing you that week. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, you might have noticed that I'm a little bit louder today, and I've been getting a lot of comments about that too. You guys say that I talk a lot with my hands and that I'm sometimes quiet, which is actually really funny because most people who actually know me know that I'm not quiet at all. Usually, just to explain it a little bit like I've been explaining in the comments, we're still in a pandemic here in LA. So when I create my videos between 6 to 9 o'clock in the morning, my fiance stays up all night and he's right behind this wall right here. So usually I'm not like, I'm like, hey guys, here's the recap for TLC, and that's why, you know, but I'm still loud, I'm outspoken, and yeah, I'm ready to bring you the content you deserve. So enough about me explaining myself to you. I'm just gonna jump right into these 3 helpful tips to get you started on YouTube. All right, guys, today I'm gonna start with tip number 1 because that's just how it goes in numerical order. So for you, tip number 1 is creating content. Now, creating content has little micro tips into it. So I'm gonna give you 5 micro tips into your tip number 1 of creating content. Micro tip number 1, plan. Make sure that you plan every single video that you're doing because the key is quality, not quantity. So when you're planning your next video, you know what you're putting out. That way, when you put yourself in front of the camera, you're not stuttering, which is okay to stutter, whatever, you know, like we all have our own things, but you're just more prepared. You're ready to go. You're ready to give that content and you sound like you know what you're talking about, or at least you sound like you're more comfortable in your own skin delivering the message, even if you don't know what you're talking about. Why? Because you planned, okay? Micro tip number 2 is record. Recording is my favorite part of all of this, except kind of not, because I mess up all the time. And I'm only laughing because I think it's funny. I do that right there. I do the and even in interviews, I have to go back and I have to spend so much time editing all of my ums and stutters out because most of the time somebody's going to call me out on it and then I'm going to sound like or feel like I'm not being professional. The more that you record, you're going to learn your different spaces. You're going to learn your timing, when to chime in, when not to. And that way the editing process gets easier and easier for you guys. But honestly, guys, they say that it takes more than 10,000 hours or something like that to become a professional. Give it 10,000 hours of recording. And I promise you, your editing is going to come from this, like way out here where you can't even see my arms, all the way down to this. So just keep recording. So editing is micro tip number 3, and man, people don't teach you about this when you're getting ready to do your YouTube, or even when you get ready to start a channel. People aren't talking to you about the editing process. And sure, you can use different sites like Fiverr, Fiverr. This is not an ad, which it really is not. I'm not getting paid for it, but you can use sites like Fiverr to outsource your editing and get people who will charge you like 10, 15 bucks to edit a 20, 30-minute video for you. That way it looks professional. They'll put an intro and outro, whatever you need. I'm not saying it's going to be Disney Pixar, you know, like status, but it's at least something. And then you can, in that meantime, teach yourself through different YouTube how-to videos or, I don't know, go on iMovie and play around with the different shortcuts. It depends what you have. If you have a Microsoft computer, MacBook, whatever. Man, I'm talking a lot. I had 4 shots of espresso and I'm like, okay, let's get on to micro tip number 3. Did I just scare you, Vesper? Sorry. Okay. Micro tip number 3, that's going to be, oh, that was micro tip number 3. Just kidding. Micro tip number 4, post. When you post, guys, this is such a big thing. So they don't teach you when you post that you have to be on top of it. And when I say on top of it, I mean titles, titles, titles. And actually somebody who taught me that was Blackjack, who is another great YouTube partner on the site. And if you see him, he has great content. He has over 80,000 subscribers and he gets the views. So I asked him, I said, you know, what do you do that's so special? And he said, secret for you. It's just in the titles and you have to just kind of stick with it. Make sure that the title is eye-grabbing. Make sure that it's either funny or interesting, because that's what grabs people's attention. Okay. So even when you post, make sure down from the title that your description is great. You can put in the good hashtags, give people the information that they need. That's also in your video inside the descriptions. So if you're doing a how-to video or you're doing an ad or even giving somebody a shout out for their book that's coming out or whatever, put all that information in the description. That way you're just kind of a one-stop shop and, you know, people can trust the information and the content that you're putting out. All right. Whew, I need to take a breath, but I'm not going to. Let's keep going. You also have to add great tags. Tags are everything. So when you think that you're gonna put something out like TLC 90-day fiance recap, put all of those wordings inside of the tags. Because when you put them in the tags, people who are looking that up, they're still gonna find your videos, but then when they see your videos in the video section, they're gonna see that funny title and it's gonna be what grabs their attention. And that way you get more clicks, you get more views, and that's the whole point, right? We're trying to make money on YouTube as a YouTube partner. That way I can stay here forever, give you guys the content you deserve, and nobody's gonna ask me to bring them a rosé, you know? Okay, so let's keep it moving. And also when you post, make sure that not only is your title correct, your description's correct, your tags are correct, but also make sure that you add your little end screens in there. That way at the end of your video, if people make it to the end of your video, or even if they scroll all the way past all the content to see what's at the end, they can subscribe and see what your next video is. That way you keep people coming back and circulating to your channel. So I mean, it's just as easy as that. And yeah, let's grow this channel. Guys, this one's my favorite, micro tip number 5, champagne. And when I say champagne, sure, it's not really one of the main 4 micro tips, but champagne is what gets me through micro tips 1 through 4, and ultimately tip number 1, which is the creative process. And it's my favorite part at the end. I swear it takes me about maybe 2 to 3 hours from start to finish of coming up with the idea of a video, planning it out, writing it down, knowing what I'm talking about and doing all of that. And once I know what I'm talking about, I plan it, I record it, I edit it, I post it. You better be sure that I'll have my champagne right at the end waiting. And don't worry guys, I'm not a lush, so don't be a judger, I'm not judging you. But guys, what I am gonna do is move on to tip number 2. So tip number 2 is that everybody has a Jolene. And if you've been watching my videos, you know exactly what that means. So I've dedicated the word or the name Jolene because I have a Jolene of my own who likes to stop by my channel and give me the most negative attention and feedback possible. And we're all gonna have ourselves a Jolene. It's almost like the Karen that you found in Central Park in New York that now everybody associates that and runs around and says, oh, look, there's another Karen. Yeah, the internet trolls, they're all Jolenes. And I have my own, you're gonna have your own the more success you get. And I had somebody really special to me and my channel, Bahama Mama, let me know that, you know, excuse me, Harlow, nobody's gonna let me record. Okay, no, I love you, bye. So guys, the point is that everybody has a Jolene, and thank you, Bahama Mama. She did let me know that, you know, the more content you're putting out and the bigger that your channel is going to grow, that you're going to have these Jolenes who are going to come and try to tear you down and spew negativity into your life. And that's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but it's okay because I have a way to avoid that. So that follows under my tips. I don't have micro tips, but I do have tips to deal with a Jolene. My tips start with this. 1, resist. Resist the urge to rip somebody's head off, because when a Jolene comes at you, she's expecting a response, and then that way she can start a whole feed of just breaking you down. You know where your energy is better? Your energy is better in posting, recording, editing, all of that. The energy is not meant for Jolene who sits at home behind a keyboard making no money, just criticizing all of us. That energy should be put into your content, your channel, putting out stuff that all of the other people who are actually on your channel, they love that stuff. They love the content you're putting out. So post for them. Post for everybody who comes to your channel with an open heart, spreading kindness, just there to see what you're posting. Don't post for Jolene, okay? That also gets me to another point. It's just pretty much you can't take it personally. You know, you're going to have people who keep coming by, and I get things all the time. So I talk too low, or I'm annoying, or my voice is too monotone. I talk with my hands a lot. People say that all the time. Or I even get, you're uninteresting to look at. You sound awful. Your background sucks. I've gotten both comments. I really like my background. I don't really know who you are to criticize my background, but that's okay because that's a Jolene for you. And ultimately, all I have to say is when you're dealing with a Jolene, just kind of ignore their aggressiveness and their negativity. One, because it's none of your business. Whatever Jolene has for you, it's none of your business. Irrelevant Jolene can take a back seat. Want to know why? Because you're in the driver's seat and you're the pilot of your own life, right? I'm just kidding. I stole that off of Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, and it always stuck with me, but that's okay. Anyways, let's keep it moving on. And thank you again, Jolene, for inspiring me. Thank you again for your awful comments. That way I can use that and turn it into a positive and help whoever else is watching this video. So thank you, Jolene, and maybe keep your negativity off of YouTube. And guys, tip number 3 to becoming a YouTube creator is not obsessing over analytics. And I know that sounds so hard, right? Because that's the whole point of what we're doing. We're trying to create content and meet our monetization goals. That way we can ultimately obsess over our analytics, know what our revenue is, know what our impressions are, our views, all of that. But I'm just here to tell you that if you sit there and put all of that energy into the analytics and you watch your channel grow up by like 10 subscribers at a time and your watch time goes up a little bit, you're gonna drive yourself crazy. So take that energy and put it back into tip number 1, into the creative content, because once you start putting out creative content, and I'm telling you, this is gonna happen super fast for you, put it out after 1 to 2 to 3, 4 weeks, maybe a month, 2 months, everybody's different. Put out the content and then focus on your analytics. Maybe after 2-3 months of doing it. Because I'm telling you, when you go back and look at your analytics after that amount of time, the shock is gonna be insane. I look at my analytics all the time. I'm just as guilty, but at first I was watching it grow and I was looking at my subscribers. I was going from like 5 to 10, 15, then 35, 45, 55. The next day I woke up, I had 200. The next day I woke up, I had 500. And then it's just been going like that. So it goes up, and then once it starts going up, it's like, just like that. I don't know why I had to give you the sound effect, but it goes up at a steady pace. As long as you're putting out content, people are gonna be watching. You just can't be annoying. But that's okay, because you guys might think I'm annoying, and by me saying that, now I'm converting to being a Jolene. See how easy? They suck you in. They're just soul suckers. Get off my page, Jolene. So guys, just remember when it comes to analytics that YouTube Studio is your friend. That way you can easily navigate through that menu tab right there on the side. You can see your comments, you can see your analytics, you can see your monetization, you can go through, see your videos. Every single thing you need is right there on YouTube Studio. And it's kind of like your one-stop shop. But all I'm saying is, it's great to have, it's very informative, and it helps you grow your channel. Just don't obsess over it. It's not important. Again, everybody's an individual. Everyone's creating different content for the most part. So everybody's channel is gonna grow at their own pace. Don't get discouraged because we need you on this platform. YouTube needs you. So just give yourself some time and take a breath for a second, because it's gonna happen. And also, when I mention the comments, guys, it's great to look at those all the time, because when you respond to your subscribers, it shows them that you care, that they're even watching your content. And you need to show them that you care, because who else are you making it for? If you're not making them happy, is it just for yourself? No. So engage with your subscribers. Say hello, say how are you? If they say, oh, I like what you're doing here, acknowledge it. Say thank you, because you are thankful. And if they say that there's something that they don't like about what you're doing, then acknowledge that too, because you're not perfect. So you might have something that you need to fix. I have a lot that I need to fix. One is I ramble a lot and I talk too much. So I'm going to fix that. But you guys asked for it, because you said, why don't you speak up? And Jason's not here now. So now, since I don't have him in the next room, I get to be super loud and energetic and have my coffee. Okay. So anyways, getting back on the comments, when you see them, make sure that you engage, and always you'll go over there and see the ones that say held for review. Usually held for review or spam, that's when YouTube puts them over in that section, because there might be something that kind of flagged the system, which could definitely be a Jolene. Usually all of my Jolenes get held in the spam or held for review file. So we get to put all of them in their own category, because that's where the Jolenes belong. So with that being said, guys, thank you again so much for watching my channel. Those were my top 3 tips for you for when you start creating on YouTube. So guys, if you haven't already, make sure you like this video, comment on this video, share this video to all of your friends, and also make sure you press that subscribe button wherever it is below. You know how this works, and that way you can follow me for my weekly pop culture interviews, pop culture recaps, and whatever else we have coming your way. Oh yeah, and before I go, check out my community tab, because this upcoming Tuesday, I asked you guys, would you want to do a live talk all things Bravo? So if you guys do, and I know this isn't necessarily the right video to spit that out there, just go ahead and show me the love, and let's talk on Tuesday. We'll do a live talk all things Bravo. I need to take a water. Bye guys, I'll see you next time, and stay safe, stay healthy, and bye Jolene.
Thanks for watching Up and Adam.